we found our 7 events in the restaurant, and now we're going to go and shoot them. How do we shoot them? How do we do this? The same focus that we brought to picking the 7 events and dividing everything up into discrete little packages, we're now going to bring to the shoot. Let's say we go in the kitchen and someone is cutting a carrot, right? The chef is chopping carrots. Chef, chop the carrots. There we go. We don't have any carrots, but we'll pretend, okay? When you walk in and you see the chef chopping the carrots, where is the very first place your eye goes? Because what I want you to do is I want you to become instinctive with the camera. There are no rules here. Don't talk to me about master shots and cutaways and things like that. Just you walk in, you see the chef chopping the carrots, and where does your eye go for the very first time? Your eye goes here. So what do I want you to do? I want you to give me a close-up shot, really, really close, of the chef chopping the carrots. By close, I mean shove the camera lens right down there at the edge of the carrot. I want to see that knife blade going through those orange carrots. I want to see carrot juice on the lens. That's where your eye would go naturally. That's where the action is. So you come down and you hold the camera here for a count of 10, and I mean 10, right? Get the camera in place, then you hit the record button. You go 1, 2, 3, not out loud obviously, 7, 8, 9, 10, stop recording. Okay, now think about this for a second. If we started with a close-up on the hands, instinctively, where does your eye want to go now? You see a set of hands, and you know you want to see something else. This is not about a rule about how to shoot. This is about communicating with your audience, because that first shot of the hands and the carrots is the first thing you're going to put on the screen. And someone who sees that on the screen is going to want to know who is chopping. So a close-up on the hands like this inevitably leads to a close-up on the face. Close-up on the hands, 10 seconds, stop recording. Close-up on the face, 10 seconds, stop recording. Now, if we have a close-up on the hands and a close-up on the face, where do we want to go now? Instinctively, we want to look at the whole picture, so we pull back to a wide. Close-up on the hands, close-up on the face, pull back to the wide. Now, while our chef is still chopping carrots, what are 2 other shots that we could make? 2 other angles of the same event? Well, one could be over the shoulder, this way, and another one could be just a completely separate angle entirely. Okay, close up on the hands, close up on the face, pull back to the wide, over the shoulder, different angle. This is what we call the 5 shots. You can stop chopping chef, that was great. This is what we call the 5 shots. These are the building blocks of anything, not just the chef with the carrots. For example, let's take a completely different story. Let's say you go to a hospital and you're doing a heart transplant, or you're filming a heart transplant. You walk into the operating room and the surgeon's actually closing someone's chest with a needle and thread. Where's the very first place your eye goes? It goes to the hands and the fingers pulling the thread. That's a close-up on the hands. If you have the close-up on the hands of the surgeon, instinctively, where do you want to go next? You want to go to the face. Close-up on the hands leads you to close-up on the face. Close-up on the hands, close-up on the face, instinctively leads you to what? You pull back to the wide establishing shot, the whole picture. Close-up on the hands, close-up on the face, pull back to the wide. 2 more shots while the surgeon is sewing the wound, over the shoulder, and a different angle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go someplace else entirely. Now say we're in a cobbler shop, and a cobbler is fixing a pair of shoes. You come in, he's tapping the shoes like this. First shot, close-up on the hands. Second shot, close-up on the face. Third shot, pull back to the wide. Fourth shot, over the shoulder. Fifth shot, different angle. Totally different story. Now you're with the Mujahideen in Afghanistan, and they're firing on some Al-Qaeda troops, and you're in with them, and they're shooting, and so where's the first shot? Again, close-up on the hands leads to, close-up on the face leads to, pull back to the wide leads to, over the shoulder leads to a different angle. Any story, any event, any time, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 10 seconds each shot. If you can break up any event into those 5 shots of 10 seconds each, you can shoot and cut anything. And that is all you have to do, no matter what situation you walk into. So whether it's the chef preparing food, or people eating, or paying the bill, or washing the dishes, or doing any one of 1,000 things, it's close up on the hands, close up on the face, pull back to the wide, over the shoulder, different angle, every single time. If you do this, and you do nothing else but this every single time, you will make a cuttable piece every single time. Now, let's say we go in the kitchen and the chef is cutting the carrots, and then the chef is preparing a chicken. Close up on the hands, close up on the face, pull back to the wide, over the shoulder, different angle. Now the chef is preparing potatoes. Close up on the hands, close up on the face, pull back to the wide, over the shoulder, different angle. Now the chef is making a fish. Close up on the hands, close up on the face. If we miss the fish but we get the chicken, does it matter? No. If we get the chicken but we miss the carrots, does it matter? No. If we miss the carrots but we get the potatoes, does it matter? No. In fact, it doesn't matter as long as you get something. As long as you get something. But the thing that you get, you have to get perfectly. So fish, carrots, potatoes, pouring drinks, making the meal, making the bread, making the salad, each of those are abstractions. The only real thing you have to do here is get each one of these things perfectly when you shoot it. The things that you miss never exist. If it's not on tape, it didn't happen. And the only ones who know you missed it are you and God. And God, as far as we know, does not watch television. So you're in the clear, okay? Now, when you first start doing this, you're gonna say, I did the close-up on the hands, and then I got to the face, and then he finished chopping the carrots. I don't know what to do. Get as many shots as you can. Do not direct, okay? In the beginning, this will seem to go very fast, and you may seem a bit lost. Give it time. If you ever played a racket sport like squash or tennis, you know the first time you get on the squash court, and you're standing there with your little racket, and you hit the ball, and whoever you're playing with hits it back, the ball comes back really fast. And maybe on the first day, you'll only be able to return 1 or 2 shots before you miss it entirely. So you might say to yourself, wow, the ball goes so fast, I'm never going to be able to play this game. But in fact, if you're out and you play every day for 6 months, at the end of 6 months, you're going to be really good, and you're going to be returning the ball. In fact, you're going to be so good, you're going to hit the ball, then you're going to run to the other side of the court, and you're going to go, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, bang, come on, come on, come on. You're going to feel your play, the person you're playing with is too slow for you. The game hasn't slowed down. You've simply gotten faster because you instinctively begin to respond to the action in front of you. That's the reason we call this DV Dojo. Shooting is a kind of a sport, and it's about instinct. It's about focus like martial arts, and it's about instinct like martial arts, and about physicality being fast. So when you have the camera, the trick is focus on what you need, make your moves, get your shots. The more you do this, the faster your reflexes, the faster your instincts, the more things will seem to slow down. The very first time you do it, it's going to be, I can't keep up. By the time you've been doing this for 6 months, it's going to be, come on, man, finish the carrots already. I got 8 shots. I got no place else to go. Okay? Trust me, stick with it. Any questions? Okay, now we're going to cut together those 5 shots we did before with the carrot and show you that how, when you shoot in sequence, it just sort of drops together really nicely. So let's grab the first shot. This is the close-up, put it down on the timeline, and bang, there it is. We go from there to the face, which is right there. Grab the face, run it down the timeline, and drop it together. See how it appears over here? Come down to the POV shot, grab it, put it on the timeline, sling it in. Come down to the wide shot that we did, grab it, put it down on the timeline, sling it in, and finally our last angle, grab it, put it on the timeline, and sling it in. And what happens when we put all this together, the 5 shots? In no particular order, do we get a sequence? Let's take a look. Simple, easy to do. Just follow the rules and any idiot can make a film.